Hi guys, and welcome to C++ tutorial of how to connect access using C++ Builder. So I'm going to show you guys how this works. Here we have what is known as Navigator. We can go straight to the first document or the first record, the last record, and we can even navigate individually. And we can add, if you want, just come in here, add whatever data you want to add. And the name of the individual, let's say, is Felix Frogner. An address, maybe number 10 Hilltop Road. There we go. And right there, mobile phone. There. Postcode, let's say that is the postcode. And that's it. So you can just see, let's check out if we have Felix Frogner in there. That's Felix Frogner. And if you want to check the database, you can also go ahead and check the database if it's on the database itself. Okay, let's open up the database just to check if Felix Frogner is there. Right here, that's the database. Click on that and click open up the table, and right here, that's Felix Frogner right there. So I'm gonna close that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into C++ development environment, and we put one of these together using C++ Builder. Okay, I'm going to exit out and we'll start a new project. Click on create new window VCL application, or you can always go to file and select new window VCL application. What is right here, you can click on that as well. There. So now let's define the size of the form. So let's get rid of these for now. Come right down here. I'm going to make the height about 600, and I'm going to make the width, let's go for about 800. There we go. Good. Now let's come in here. You see the palette? So right in there, I'm going to need T grid. That is for the group box. T group. Okay. So in there, I'm just going to get rid of this text content that I have in there. Let's come into, I think it's in caption. Get rid of that. And right underneath is the color. So I'm going to change the color to money green. And let's change the size of this very one, or I can just copy this. Let's copy this for now. And Control C, Control V. I need one here. Copy again. I need another one here. So I'm going to change the size of this very one to, let's go for the width. I'm going to change that to 594. The height, I'm going to make the height 241. That's fine. And this very one here as well, let's take this up and let's change this to the height of this. I'm going to make it 241 as well. Just drag it down. That should give me about 241. Alright, that's correct, 241. Let's see the width. The width is, maybe make that 160 for now. We can always increase or reduce that. Okay, this very one here, let's change this to, let's say it's going to be something like 760, and the height, I'm going to make that 233, something like that. And there we go, just paste that right here. Bring it down. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and right in between here, I'm going to come in here now. Let's look for the navigator. There we go. That's the navigator. Grab all of that, just dump it right there, drag it out much. So we have our navigator in now, and increase the height of that navigator a little bit, so that's fine. Now here we need the DDB grid. Yeah, there we go. So grab hold of that, dump it there. Then I also need TL label there, and here I'm gonna need TB button right there. We have button there. Now here, that would be DB grid. Bring that here, just drag the grid down much. Right, we're almost there now, guys. Okay, that's good. Now you see these ones, let's increase the font size. Select them all, come in here to the font. I'm gonna make that about 18 or so. Yeah, let's make it about 18. I can always change or add to it. There we go. So bring this here. I'm gonna need 6 of those. So we have 2. We have 2 now. Copy, paste. Yeah. And paste again. Okay, so we have 6 in total. Bring this here, and this button. Just bring it there to the center. And I'm going to copy this button, Control C, Control V. Okay, so let's change the details of that very button. That is going to be known as exit. The variable name is going to be BTN exit. Come in here to name, BTN exit. The next one is going to be reset, BTN reset. And the display name is going to be known as reset. There we go, that's fine. Okay, so let's rearrange these ones properly. So this one here, I'm going to change that to, let's come in here where we have the name, change the caption of that to postcode. And grab all of that. This is going to be known as EDB, or we can just say ED postcode, lowercase. Now the one up here, let's change that to ED employee ID. And the display name is going to be employee ID. Then here, that's going to be first name. And the variable name for the other object is going to be ED first name. Let's make sure it's right. No, it's EB. I called it EB first name. Then this is going to be surname, EB surname. Change this to surname. Just grab all of that and change this very one to surname. There. And this is going to be address. Why this is the variable name will be EB address. And the last one here, that's going to be mobile. Let's come in here, EB mobile. Copy that. This is mobile. the name here. There. Okay, that's fine. So if I run it now, I just want to show you guys how it all looks like for now. Then we'll continue with the development process. There we go. That's how it's looking. So I'm going to rearrange a whole lot. Finish naming it. I just need to rearrange it properly. Move this up or down a little bit, somewhere there. Yeah, something like that. So all of this, I'm just going to create a bit of room here for that. That's good. Now drag this down much. That is fine. Repeat the same thing here and here as well. And bring this down a little bit. There we go. Let's move this up. Right, that's it. That's the interface ready. Okay, that's brilliant. So what we then need to do now is to get hold of the database connector. I think I'm going to go for ADO connection. ADO connection. Very good. Grab all of that. Dump it here. Then I will then look for ADO table. Yeah. Very good. Then T data source. There. Very good. And I have all the database I intend to use. Now let's go to where I have my database. That is my database right here, this very one. Okay, make sure it is selected. Hold on to the shift key. Select the database you intend to use. Hold on to your shift key. Then right click on the database and select copy as part. There, I've just copied the part. Now select ADO connection 1. Go to the object inspector here where we have connection string. Click on that. Click on these 3 dots. Now click on the build. Make sure you know the driver you're going to use. This is the driver I intend to use, Microsoft Office 16 Access Database Engine OLE DB provider. Click on, make sure it's selected. You can then click on next, and in here you paste your part that you've just copied right there. Get rid of the speech mark in there. There we go. Get rid of the speech mark. You can get rid of the admin as well. Okay, you see where we have blank, either uncheck or whatever. Now here we have test connection. Click on that to make sure it's successful. You see that? That is good. Now let's click on advanced. Inside the advanced, what we want to do is uncheck this and let's check read write so that you can read and write to your database. Click on OK and then click on OK again. Now come back to the object inspector. You can scroll right down. You see where we have login prompt. Uncheck that so that the system will not ask you to log in. Now scroll right up. The next thing is, you see where we have connected. Make sure it's checked. That means your database is connected. That's the address of your data connection. The next step is, you see the ADO table. Click on that. Before that, you need to connect the database. Come right here. You see the connection. The connection is ADO connection, which I've already connected. Click on that, or you can reconnect the whole process again. But instead of that, just drop this down, select the connection. Now scroll right down. Table name. Click on there. You should be able to now see your table name. That's my table name. C save. Now let's scroll up. You see right up here, you see where it says active. Make sure it's checked to make it true. That is fine. Now select data source. Your data source, go to the data set. Drop that down, select ADO table 1, this very one. Now your connection are in place. Okay, let's take care of every single component now. I'm going to select each component because I want to connect them all to my database. Select each of these components, the one that will take in the value. Okay, make sure they are all selected. I will select the navigator as well and select the table as well. Now come right here where we have data source. Click on the data source, and that is my data source 1. So they are all connected to data source 1. Now if you guys take note, look at this. Inside the table it's only showing just one single, okay, telling me the size of the table. To get the size of the table, right click on that very table, select column editor. Now select add all fields. That is all of the fields. If you select this, the very first one now, employee ID, and if you scroll right down, you will see the size of it. The size of it is 1534. That's just for this column alone, which is too much. But select, to make it even, select this and hold on to the shift key, select the last field. Now come right down here to the width, change the width. I'm going to change that to about 120. Press enter. That is it. See, every single column now appears. So that is the table taken care of. Now let's take care of these individual components. Select employee. Because we've already connected it all to the data, we just need the field now. So come right down here where we have data field, drop that down, select employee ID. The next one is the first name. Drop this down, select first name. Next surname, and next address. Next mobile, that's the telephone. And the next one here, that is the postcode. And that's it. So if I run it now, we should be able to see all our record. Look at it, we're seeing the records already. So run and you see what I'm talking about. And there we go, guys. And you can even use your navigator there. Okay, that is fine. Now let's take care of these two. Exit and go. Come right here. Let's double click on exit. Double click on that very button. I'm going to declare the following variable: iExit. iExit is an integer. I'm going to say iExit equals, let's drag this so that you can see all of the lines of code, equals message DLG post, and in there I'm just going to say confirm if you want to exit. There, enter a comma, and I'm going to now say empty. This time around I'm going to use information, comma, and let's say MB yes no. Okay, then comma, I'm going to enter the coordinate of where my message box will be displayed, 0, comma 400, comma 400, comma, and for the decision that will be made for the system to take effect will be yes. So close that and enter semicolon. Now here I would then use an if statement. If iExit equals ID yes, notice it's in uppercase, press enter and add statement block. I'm just going to now say application that terminate, or you can say close, but this is another method, terminate, enter parentheses. There we go. That is that. So I've just taken care of my exit. So let's run that and make sure the exit works as expected. Now we have an error. Let's check out the error. See, look at the spelling of my terminate. That is wrong. And right there, there's no D there. So let's run it one more time. Click on run. Now, no, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. So that's the terminated taken care of. I'm going to copy those lines of code Now let's go into the design, double click on reset, paste that in there, and I'm going to change the variable name to resets and change this as well to reset here. And in here I can just say confirm if you want to reset there. So that is information, or we can just change that to confirmation. Yeah. Okay, now in here to then exit, or no, to reset I mean. So we need the name of every single component here, and this one is employee ID. Grab hold of that, go back to reset, click on there, and this is reset. Change this to employee ID. Employee ID, that should be text. There we go. Equals. So that's the first one taken care of. I'm going to copy this. I need 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Now the next 5 components, let's go back in there. This one is called first name. Okay. Grab all of that, go back in there, paste that there for first name. And now the next one is surname. Change this one to surname. Yeah, change this one to address. No, it's EB address. And the next one here, that is going to be postcode. That should be EB postcode. And here that should be EB mobile. There. I think that's taken care of. So let's run. Click on run. And if I have the correct names there shouldn't be any error. Okay, I have one error. This one is saying no. Okay, let's check the postcode. What's the name of the postcode? Oh, it's ED. That's incorrect. Change that to EB. Okay, I think they all have EB. There we go. So this one is corrected now. It's EB. So let's come back in there. Now try it out again. Let's see. I think it's coming up. That's good. Yeah, reset. No, I don't want to reset. Yes, I do want to reset. That's good. It's working. Alright, so I think it's all done now, guys. So we'll have a good look at those few lines of codes. And that is how you create your own or access database connection. So let's do one more thing now. Now come in here, I'm just going to enter the following. And let's enter a name for that just to make sure it's saved on the system. So I'm going to call it Alan Boyce. And Alan Boyce lives in number 1 Godson Place. Phone number and postcode. Alright, so to make sure that is saved within the system, we can just go back. There we go, that's Alan Boyce. So if we run, we should be able to see Alan Boyce again. And that's Alan Boyce right here. Okay, let's check the database. Click on database, double click on the database there to make sure it's there. And double click on the table. And let's see if Alan Boyce, there we go, that's Alan Boyce there. Okay guys, so one more thing, let's make sure it is saved. I'm going to exit out and come right here, file, save all. Now just let's create a new folder. I'm going to call it CPP connection. And let's give my project a name. So double click on the folder, CPP connection, double click on that. And for the unit, I'm just going to call that CPP underscore unit. Save. and save the whole project as CPP. There we go, save. And finally I'm going to save the project CPP_P. There, the file is saved. So run it one more time. Okay guys, so with that I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. Bye for now.